Guns, Gore, and Cannoli. Guns, Gore, and Cannoli is a side-scrolling action platformer for one player or up to 4 players on local multiplayer. You pick a difficulty. I played the game solo. My wife would appreciate me playing this with the kids.
1920s, the Prohibition years. Violent gangs were gaining more and more power by the trade of illegal alcohol. It was a tough time for the average Joe, but not for me. My name is Gore Cannoli, and I make an honest living as an enforcer.
That's interesting.
For the mob. But it ain't all fun and games, of course. One time I got a call from a mob boss called Mr. Belluccio. He needed me to come to Thugtown and find some guy named Frank. My name is Mr. Thugtown. There was something wrong with this city. Strange reports had been coming in about bizarre incidents and gruesome murder cases. Violent rioters had overrun entire areas inside the city, and it seemed the officials had lost all control. It's been days now since the last contact, but nevertheless, I had a job to do. So here I was, about to step in a freaking nightmare.
Morning, everyone. This is your captain speaking. We've just arrived at Thugtown Harbor. Please stay in your cabins until we're fully docked and the bridges have been lowered. Hey, Commander, who are all those people on shore?
I don't know, sir, but hey, they're running up to the bridge.
They're attacking the sailors. They're invading the ship.
Oh, they're everywhere. Run, Captain. Help me.
Take that, you chump-faced goon. Take me out. What the hell?
I'm going to apologize now if the audio doesn't sync up perfectly. I was having some technical issues, but I still wanted to get the video up. I assure you that in the game itself, the sound, the sound and sound effects do completely match up with the action on screen. I guess I don't know if I had some issues about recording it or what, but it's not the game. It's me. I apologize for that. So, quickly, the game takes you to a brief tutorial how to get off the ship, how to move, throw grenades. Yeah, the quips will normally line up with his mouth moving. You also have a kick, which used to kick levers, also kick enemies. It gives you like another second or two. It's helpful when you're reloading, especially because, yeah. Now you start off with a gun that has, unlimited bullets, which is helpful, but it's not very powerful, obviously. And you'll soon get introduced to the differences between many different characters. Some just kind of, stumble and walk towards you. Others, as you saw, are very aggressive. One thing that Guns, Gore Cannoli does do is give you a nice number of checkpoints, which I always appreciate it. I also like the voiceovers in the game. It's a nice looking game. The animation is good. I don't know, I guess I was very pleasantly surprised by the quality of the video. Not expected to be horrible, but that was pretty good. You definitely have to learn some strategy. Maybe it's because I'm terrible at most games, but I had to restart sections not fairly often because I just didn't use the right strategy. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, but the aggressive enemies will chase and jump and pretty much go almost anywhere you can. And Gore Cannoli is, he has a set number of quips, and you'll hear them. Like, you'll become very, very familiar with his quips. Maybe too familiar. I mean, obviously they couldn't put in an infinite number of quips, but you will certainly hear a lot of the same things over and over again, which I guess is par for the course in these types of games. In the original, in the games that this is an homage to, and games in general. But blowing up stuff never really gets old. That much I can say. Pretty generous with achievements as well. So in addition to the zombies, you'll also be fighting rival mobs, and there's also boss battles. The game seems to be pretty comfortable with its stereotyping. Whether you are or not, that depends. But yeah. You can also choose a bunch of different characters. If you're doing co-op, you're all not going to be Vinny, obviously, or not the same looking Vinny. But I chose the Rambo that looks more like the Word Dog Yankovic UHF Rambo than actual Rambo, which I appreciated it more. But yeah, it is one section where you do have an AI buddy. I'm not sure how that plays out in co-op. I'm assuming you just have that person in addition to the other 3 people you'd be playing with. But like I said, I played this solo. I can see it being easier in co-op. This section in the sewers with the rats was particularly difficult for me. The rats really, yeah. Maybe it's their height as well, because you can't, one thing I should have mentioned earlier, you can't aim up. The game wears its Metal Slug affinity on its sleeve, pretty much. But you can't aim directly above your head. You can only shoot forward or duck and shoot forward. That's it, and jump and shoot. But you can't shoot directly aiming up, which makes the game different. The game, if I could have aimed in, I guess, 8 directions, I guess the difficulty would have really changed the game, unless the enemies just got the game like just bullet sponges, because it'll be a different game. At first I initially did kind of find it be a bit frustrating, but I got used to it because it's not something you can do, and you do have quite the arsenal of weapons as well, so which is also very enjoyable. You can go through chapter selects once you've completed certain chapters of the game, and it's also a versus mode. I don't think anybody's gonna spend too much time in the versus mode. Now, granted, I played with the AI. Like I said before, I probably couldn't really play this one with the kids. But I don't know. I don't see myself really coming back to it. Not solo, maybe with other people. But the draw of the game is obviously the campaign, the story mode. So I don't know. For $10, yeah, there's really no reason. If you like Metal Slug and old school side-scrolling running guns, or if you think you do, for $10, it's a really well done game. It looks good. It sounds great. Plays very well. It does get a bit repetitive. Now that might be because I died a lot, but the core actions are pretty much the same. You know, you're shooting and you're killing a lot of the same enemies. They introduce some more, like the rats are very different than the mob and the zombies, and there are many different types of zombies, but at a certain point you will kind of seen everything that it has to offer. But even with that, I still highly recommend the game. Very fun. If you like this, subscribe, like it. Check out 2 other reviews. On the left here, I have Panarium, which is a crazy sadistic circus, solo and up to 2 players, very fun. And on the right here, Shushimi. It's a fish with big arms and a gun. I like that too. Check out GameEnthus.com.